If I got one thing right, it was you and me.
Hi everyone, my name's 𝓫𝓤𝓬𝓬𝓫 and welcome back to my channel, or two if you are new, and today I have my October wrap-up for you guys. In October, I read a total of 15 books, and I could talk about these all day, but I really don't want to. Also, the lighting is a little bit wonky because daylight savings is making it extremely hard to film. It is like 5 o'clock and pitch black outside, but we're just gonna push on. Hopefully the lighting's good or not. Let me know if you have any tips or if it's really bad. Please let me know. I value honesty. I actually listened to lots of audiobooks this month because Audible Escape was ending, and so that's a majority of the format that I use to read. Without further ado, let's just get right into this video. So the first book that I read in October was They Wish They Were Us by Jessica Goodman. This is a YA murder mystery about a friend group in the Hamptons. Go to this elite private school. It is so much fun. I loved every moment of it. I gave it 5 stars. Also, this is becoming a show. I'm pretty sure with Sydney Sweeney and Halsey, the singer. I am so excited for that show because this book was amazing. 5 stars. I really don't usually like YA, but this was a good time. I think YA contemporaries aren't for me, but like YA mysteries or thrillers could be my thing because this was amazing. 5 stars, loved every second of it. And then I read the 3rd book in the Crossfire series, which is Entwined with You by Sylvia Day. I also read the 4th book. I love this series so much. I can't really explain to you what this individual book was about, but the whole series is about this couple named Gideon and Ava. Oh my gosh, and Ava is just moving to New York, and she has a very dark past. She has her best friend that's her roommate, and she's starting a new job in this like advertising type of firm type of place, and the building is run by Gideon Cross, and he owns a building. He owns tons of buildings, hotels, gyms, all throughout New York. And so on her very first day, she runs into, you guessed it, Gideon Cross, and the relationship starts off purely sexual, but then as time progresses, they realize that they really do like each other, and they start to date. Lots of drama, so much fun. Definitely not gonna be everybody's favorite book, but I gave this one 5 stars, loved it. And then I gave the 4th one, where's the 4th book? And then I gave the 4th one 4 stars. I really did enjoy this one as well. I don't know why I deducted a star. Can't really remember the contents of this book specifically, but altogether, I really do enjoy this book. And before I read Captivated with You, I read Longshot by Kennedy Ryan. Guys, this book was so amazing. I listened to it on Audible Escape. First of all, the cover is beautiful. I am obsessed with the cover. It's basically about the college basketball player and his rival, kind of. And so on the very last night of the hero's basketball career in college, he goes to this bar and meets this girl, and at the bar she's rooting for a team, watching football, I'm pretty sure, on the TV, and he's like captivated with her, and he sits down and he starts talking to her, and he realizes like, me and you click. So they talk all night, and when it's time for him to go in to kiss her, she's like, whoa, I have a boyfriend, what are you doing? And so he's like, oh, okay. And so the next day it's the game, and he realizes that she's the girlfriend of his like enemy. And so the whole book is a case of like right person, wrong time, very dark in some aspects. The girl's boyfriend is absolutely psychotic, and be aware of domestic abuse, and it's just really crazy. And if you've seen the movie Love, Rosie, it kind of reminds me of Love, Rosie. It was just so amazing. So I really recommend that. I gave it 5 stars. The next book that I listened to on Audible Escape is Ryan's Bed by Tijan. I've been wanting to read Tijan for so long. I own like one of his books like on my phone in the Apple library for some reason. I don't even remember buying it, but I've never read it. And so I was so excited to see that that Audible Escape owns some Tijans. So I don't remember who I heard talking about Ryan's Bed, but I heard someone talking about it. So I decided to listen to it on Audible Escape, and it was amazing. It felt like a coming of age movie. It was so beautiful, so sad. Oh my gosh. Are there triggers for like deaths in the family deaths? There's a trigger for that, so this is your trigger warning. It's about this girl, and she moves to a new town, and right when she moves to the new town, her sister kills herself. This isn't really a spoiler, just letting you guys know this happens right away. She kills herself, and so for like the weekend or the week, her and her brother have to stay with this family that they don't really know. They just moved to the town because her parents have to like deal with things. And so she can only find comfort sleeping in the son of that family's bed. And so he's like, why are you sleeping in my bed? She just ended up there somehow. And from there, they developed this good friendship, and I thought it was just really wholesome and sweet, and it definitely felt like a coming of age movie. It felt like Perks of Being a Wallflower, honestly. It was really beautiful. I had so much fun listening to that book on Audible Escape. I recommend it. I gave it 5 stars. The next book that I listened to on Audible Escape was 30 Day Boyfriend by Whitney G, and I really enjoyed this one for some reason. I usually don't like short novellas because I feel like they don't develop enough, or I feel a little bit weird about them. They go from 0 to 100 like beyond quickly. So I'm coming. I have to go let my brother inside. I locked the door. All right. Never mind, the door was stuck. Oh, I ended up really enjoying this. It's about this girl, and she is an assistant to this guy, and it kind of reminds me of The Wall of Winnipeg, but like a short, quick, fun version. And not that The Wall of Winnipeg isn't fun. I love that book, but this was just really short and to the point. So this girl, she decides to quit working for her boss. She just works so hard for him, and they actually have like low-key a good relationship. I mean, there's nothing wrong with working for him, but she just doesn't want to work there anymore. And so she's been going on interviews and different things like that, and she finds that her boss is very influential and that he's been telling all the people not to hire her or else they will be blacklisted. And so she finds this out, and she gets really upset, of course. And so they make a deal that if she pretends to be his girlfriend for a business deal, and she can leave and he'll find a job for her, no problems. And so they end up falling in love, of course, and it was just really cute, and I loved it, every moment of it. It was really fun, just a short Wall of Winnipeg at me, honestly. Was Eleanor and Gray, and this was actually my first Brittany C. Cherry. Everybody talks about her, everybody loves her, and I have FOMO, if you guys haven't noticed already. I need to be with it. I needed to know what's going on, why people like who they like, why they like what books they like, and I just really wanted to know. So I listened to Eleanor and Gray, and this was really freaking sweet. This was like childhood friends to lovers. So it's about this girl named Eleanor, and she lost her mom to cancer. Again, this isn't really a spoiler, it kind of happens right away. And so when her mom is going through like chemo and she's going through all these things, she meets this guy named Gray, and Gray, I'm pretty sure it's his grandfather, is also going through cancer. So they saw each other once at like the cancer treatment center, and so they just have a friendship, and he ends up being like her first girlfriend type of person. They kiss, and so they go away to college, and they kind of go their own ways, and they are moving on with their lives. And then Eleanor, actually, I don't think she ever actually goes to college because it's very hard for her. Her life has changed completely, and so she loves kids, and so she starts nannying for people and nannying for kids, and she ends up taking a nanny position for Gray's family. And so it was just really sweet and wholesome. It's like a brooding hero. It was so good. It's like childhood friends to lovers, but there's a little bit of enemies to lovers thrown in there for some reason. Not necessarily enemies because he doesn't hate her. He's just going through a lot and doesn't really want to be around her. I just love nanny romances. Let me know if you guys have any nanny romances for me down below. They're just so wholesome and so sweet. I love that. And the next book that I listened to on Audible Escape is The Air He Breathes by Brittany C. Cherry. And after reading an emotional book like Eleanor and Gray, I just hopped into this, and it broke me. It was really sad, and I actually only ended up giving this one 4 stars, and I enjoyed it, but for some reason I thought it was too far-fetched, and it was just kind of crazy. So basically, this woman loses her husband in a car crash, and so for months she was away from home, her mom's house. She finally comes back to town with her daughter, and she is just trying to get her life started again. But next door, a neighbor has moved in, and it is a guy who just lost his son and wife. And so they kind of are using each other to get over their spouses. Not really to get over them, but pretend that they are them, like during sexual relations. I don't even know what I'm saying. They are just kind of using each other to move on. And so that's I thought it was a little bit weird. It's like, they were like calling each other their dead spouse's names while they were having sex, and it was a little bit weird for me, not gonna lie, but it did kind of change toward the end. They decided that that wasn't really healthy for them and they should just have a friendship. Ended up being really sweet and cute, and a lot of things were in here that were just kind of like, I was rolling my eyes a lot because it's like, it's just kind of crazy. I mean, there are people really like this in real life, not the using each other part, but there's other aspects of the book that I was just like, nah, this ain't it. I was not rocking with it. And yeah, I gave this one 4 stars still. I did think it was good, but it definitely wasn't the best in my opinion. The next book that I listened to was the Addicted to You book by Krista and becca Richie, I believe. And so this is a very popular series back in, I feel like maybe 10 years ago. I don't know when this book came out. Let me look actually. Tell me right here, but it came out a long while ago, and there's so many books to the series. A lot of people love them, and I decided to give it a try. I found out like when Audible Escape was almost over that the series was on there, and so I wanted to listen to the first one, and I did, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 stars. It's about this couple named Lily and Lo, and they both have addictions. Lily is addicted to sex, Lo is addicted to alcohol, and so their families are friends, I guess, and they use each other to kind of get their families off their backs, and they can live with their addictions in peace type of thing, and they're just really good friends. This is a good friends to lovers in my opinion, and I guess that they decide that they want the relationship to be real and that they're actually going to work on their problem. So much in the beginning, but later on in the book, they are like, okay, we need to chill. This is not okay anymore, you know? And so I thought it was really cute and wholesome. I really want to continue with the series. I'm so mad that I didn't get to listen to the other books before Audible Escape ended, but I really had a great time listening to it. I just love the whole sisterhood. I love the community, the friends that they're making. I honestly teared up a little bit just because like they were talking about how they don't have friends because their addictions relies on them being together, and they'd start to make friends, and I'm just like, oh, my heart, this is really freaking cute. I really enjoyed it. Next, I read The Fire Between High and Low by Brittany C. Cherry. This is the second book in that series. I'm forgetting the name of it. Element series, and I gave this one 3 stars. So far, not a good start for me with the Element series by Brittany C. Cherry. This is about, it was just so far-fetched. Honestly, can I just read you my review? I don't even really remember. It wasn't that memorable to me, honestly. So, I said, this was a really okay book for me. I'm hoping the next 2 in the series get better. I didn't feel completely moved or overly emotional like I have for the other books that I've read recently. I think this was a cute friends to lovers, but it didn't give off that emotional appeal that I was hoping for. I think this also goes with my theory that friends to lovers is just not it for me. And so this was a friends to lovers, and they are childhood friends, and guys, it just wasn't that good. I can't even, like, I hate talking about books that I hate. I mean, I really don't enjoy it. They were friends, and they fall in love in the very beginning of the book, and I'm not going to spoil what happens, but something happens, and that leads to multiple things happen, actually, and that leads to the main hero moving away for like 3 years or 5 years, I can't remember. And so he comes back, they get together, of course. I don't know, I just wasn't that great of a time for me, honestly, to be 1000% honest with you. It just wasn't that great. And then I read Bunny by Mona Wad. This book took me so freaking long to read, but I really wanted to absorb it, get down my feelings for it. I highlighted a few things. I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was so good. I gave it 5 stars. If you don't know what it's about this girl named Samantha, and she's this pretentious college. Everybody's in their masters. All of them are creative writers, and they are just want to be the best writers out there. And so it's her second year at her school, and she's very poor, and she has a friend named Ava. She's also very poor. Ava doesn't go to school, but she is kind of like this, she looks down upon all the rich people, and she's like eat the rich type of girl, you know, my type of girl. And so they kind of are the outsiders. Samantha considers herself to be an outsider, and so she's always looking upon the distance at this friend group, and they are in her master's program, and they call each other Bunny. They always are just super weird. She's very weirded out by them, but she's also at the same time kind of intrigued by them and wanting to know why they are the way they are. They all call each other Bunny, and they just are really lovey-dovey towards each other, and she's just looking upon them like, y'all good? And so they invite her to like a workshop that they do, and when she goes there, she just enters the bunny world. This was such a mind f. It was so weird. I really enjoyed this book. I definitely want to check out more from Mona Wad. I really want to read this one, 13 Ways of Looking at a Fat Girl. I don't know if she writes any other weird books like this, but I just really enjoyed it. I want to do a reread soon. It was amazing. And then I read The Stars and Stripes Between Us by Audrey Rivero. I have a whole reading vlog for that out, or like a reaction vlog for that. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it, but it will be in the cards. So check that out if you haven't already. It's basically a romance between a Democrat and a Republican. Hated it, 1 star. Probably gonna remove my rating, and nah, 1 star is good. All right. Then I listened to Him by Serena Bowen and Elle Kennedy. This is a book that I've been wanting to read for a while now. It was so good. It's Friends to... Guys, what is up with the Friends to Lovers I've been reading recently? I'm kind of liking Friends to Lovers now. I don't know. Let me know if you guys want a recommendation video out for Friends to Lovers. I would love to do that. But Him by Serena Bowen and Elle Kennedy. It's basically about these 2 guys, romance. And so they used to be best friends. They are both professional hockey players while they're in college, and they're moving up to play hockey in the league. They were best friends growing up. They went to the same summer hockey camp to get better. And so one of them is actually gay, and the other one, he's straight, or he thinks he's straight his whole life. And so something happens one night when they're 18, and that results in them not talking all throughout college. And then for the Frozen, I think it's called like the Frozen Four. I'm not familiar with hockey terms. For like the finals, they have to go against each other. And so they end up in the same town. They've always heard about each other. The straight friend is kind of wondering like what happened. I'm sorry, I'm not remembering the names. The straight friend was always wondering what happened. Why did they stop talking? And it was kind of the gay friend who wanted nothing to do with him anymore. And so they reunite again, and they both end up coaching at the summer camp that they met at, became best friends at. It was super good. I love Friends to Lovers now, or at least I think I do. I don't know. Childhood Friends to Lovers is my cup of tea currently, and I really enjoyed it. I love romances. I want to read more, so let me know if you have any recommendations down below. I just really enjoyed this book. And then I read The Trouble at Brayshaw High, and this is the 2nd book in the Brayshaw series, and I love this book. I love this series. I really wanted to listen to the 3rd one before Audible Escape ended. I didn't have enough time, and so the 2nd book was amazing though. Basically, it's just a continuation of the 1st book, so I'll give you like a general synopsis of the whole series. It's about this girl named, what is her name? Raven. It's Raven. So Raven, she moved in the 1st book. Raven moved to a new town called Brayshaw, and so she is in a group home for girls in the town of Brayshaw. And so she like kind of escaped her mom. Her mom was just a very bad person, having men come to the house all the time. They lived in a trailer, so her room was the living room, and that's where the activities occurred. And so she finally left that situation. She's in a group home now. I really like Raven because she's not a not like other girls type of girl. She's genuinely not like other girls, and she's a boss bitch. And so I just really enjoyed reading about her character. And so she gets involved with a group called Brayshaw. They just call each other Brayshaw. And there's 3 boys in this group. They all become really close with Raven, and it's so sweet. I just loved every moment of it. The 2nd book was really good. There's some tension, and Maddox is a simp for Raven, and it's just so good. I love it. I love new adult romances. This was so fun. I really enjoyed it. And the last book that I read in October was Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. This was my 2nd, or technically like my 3rd. No, this is like my 4th thriller, thinking back on it. I really enjoyed this. I really wanted to read some more thrillers for October for spooky season, and I read this one and I really enjoyed it. It's basically about this woman. She lost her daughter 10 years ago. Her daughter just kind of disappeared and she was nowhere to be found. 10 years later, the woman, the mom, she's trying to get over the loss of her daughter, trying to move on with her life, and she starts dating this guy and she meets his family. She realizes that his daughter looks exactly like her daughter that went missing. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 5 stars, and oh my gosh, I love this book so much. It's very emotional. I found myself crying a few times, and it wasn't what I thought it would be. I thought this would be like, it was a thriller, but I thought you were gonna find stuff out along with the character you kind of already know, and you're following her find out everything that happened, because they basically tell you what goes down the characters do, but we're following the main character find out what we already know. And so I really enjoy this book. Haley from Haley Hughes loves Lisa Jewell. I'm pretty sure she loves this book as well. I had a great time reading this. It was just amazing, and I just loved it with my whole heart. So yeah, that wraps up the 15 books I read in October. I had a great reading month. Let me know if your reading month was great. What was one of your favorite books that you read in October. I've read so many great ones. I'm having trouble narrowing down which ones were my favorite. Let me know if you read any of these books down below as well, and if you like them. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.